Chapter 2. Welcome to Bunnyville. Awareness was beginning to return to Oculus's mind. She cracked her eyes open to see both Trixie and the eargirl were talking with each other. Before she could attempt to hide from the mystery mare while she was distracted, the gray mare spoke up, causing Oculus to freeze up once again. She's awake. Trixie looked towards the youngling to see that she was, in fact, awake. The relieved smile on her face was comforting. Are you feeling okay now? Trixie asked. Oculus's only reaction was to shift her eyes quickly to the gray mare. Oculus, breathe, Trixie said, putting her on her back to calm her down. It's okay. She's a friend, and she understands. But if you don't breathe, you'll pass out again. Oculus took in a shaky breath before transferring back into her pony form. Despite knowing it doesn't make a difference, she still feels more comfortable in her pony form while others are around. It's more for her own comfort than anything else. Her name is Maud Pie, and she is good at keeping safe. Trixie stopped herself when she realized that her choice of words was inaccurate. Maud is the type who doesn't volunteer information unless directly asked about it. And because other ponies likely wouldn't have had a reason to ask her about you being a changeling, she'll have no reason to reveal your secret. It's not keeping a secret if nobody brings up the topic, Maud elaborated. Oculus looked up at Maud with confused curiosity. Your name is Maud? Oculus asked after a moment of hesitation. My name is Maudalena Daisy Pie, Maud explained in a monotone voice. Oculus waited, feeling like there should be more to this statement. So, why did Trixie just call you Maud? Oculus asked. Is that what your friends just call you for short? Yes. Another pause before Oculus spoke up. Mom wasn't kidding when she said you didn't volunteer information, Oculus commented. So, how did you start using that nickname? My friend, Rarity, gave it to me, Maud said, and when my sisters heard it, it stuck. You told me you were going to Ponyville to meet a friend, Trixie said. It's Rarity, the friend you're going to meet. Yes. Trixie took out a list from her saddlebag and looked through it. Aha! I knew I saw that name somewhere, Trixie exclaimed. Rarity is in charge of decorations for the summer sun celebration. It's alright after we get off the train. We follow you to see Rarity and check on things that are going on her end. It'll make it convenient for a stop. Yes. You said your friends call you Maud, right? Oculus asked. Since Mom has been calling you Maud, does that mean you and Trixie are friends now? Maud looked up to Trixie, then back down to Oculus. The emotionless expression they were leaving her face. I guess it does. The train pulled to the Ponyville station. Trixie, Oculus, led by Maud, went to meet up with Rarity. Oculus was overly excited to see this new environment, constantly pointing out places she would like to see before they head back to Camelot. Trixie smiled at the glee on the youngling's face and made sure to mark each sightseeing location on a map of Ponyville she got for navigation. Seeing how filled this map was getting, she wrote a note in the corner. Get new map. The trio of visitors was led to a large building that resembled a carousel. Trixie specifically took note of the fact that it appeared to be a shop of some sort. Maud knocked on the door. Trixie was a little confused as to why she'd knock on the door of a shop. Then she remembered that in many small towns like this one, business owners sometimes reside at the business they own. The door opened, revealing a white unicorn mare with a stylized purple mane. Well, look at the carousel theaters where... The white man paused when she saw who was at the door. A practiced smile grew into a much more genuine smile. Maud, it's so good to see you. The mare hugged Maud and agreeing. Maud just stood there and accepted it. It's good to see you too, Rarity, Maud replied after the hug was released. The mare, now identified as Rarity, saw the other two sisters. Oh, and who are these two? This here is Oculus, Trixie said, mostly to the fall filly. And you can call me the Great and Powerful Trixie! There was a silence as Rarity just stared, unsure to how to react. Trixie then toned it down with a bashful expression. That's to say, my name is Trixie Lunamoon, Trixie elaborated. I'm here for Camelot, sent by the princess herself to oversee the summer sun celebration. Am I correct in assuming that you are Rarity, the one in charge of the decorations? Camelot, you say? Rarity asked, intrigued.
and sent by the princess herself. Where are my manners? Please come in.
The group walked into a shop to see lots of jewelry on display. Necklaces, bracelets, horn rings, earrings, rings for other piercings, crowns and tiaras, buttons, brooches, and plenty of other jewelry. Each of these items had several different gems of different colors and sizes, shapes and values, etc. Trixie gave a whistle at the sight of jewelry.
Impressive! Making jewelry must be a real passion of yours, Trixie complimented. Where do you get so many of these gems from? My special talent is in finding gems. It just comes naturally to me,
Rarity explained. She showed off her cutie mark of 3 gems: a ruby, a sapphire, and an emerald. Darn, if only one of those was yellow. We could have Powerpuff Girls symmetry.
And beauty is my passion.
No, wait, we do have Powerpuff Girls symmetry! Ruby, sapphire, emerald, red, blue, green, woo!
And beauty is my passion. Jewelry is just how I express both my passion and my talent. Even before I earned my cutie mark, I knew I had a passion for fashion, but it wasn't until I met Maud that I realized that costume design wasn't my forte. Maud and her family helped to inspire a passion for precious gems, thanks to their expertise in rocks and minerals, and despite how different we are, I do consider them like a second family. I'd love to hear more about that later, Trixie said, but do you have your designs ready for the Summer Sun celebration? Of course. The decorations are ready to be put up, but that can wait until tomorrow, Rarity said. I assume you'll be here to see them tomorrow when they're up, but I do have some sketches drawn up.
Rarity levitated a cup of tea with her sketchbook over to Trixie to look over. Meanwhile, Oculus chose to look at the jewelry in amazement. It was a good thing she was there instead of Spike. If that dragon were to steal that jewelry, Rarity would lose a lot of money after he would have eaten everything there. Oculus nearly jumped out of her fur at the sudden voice behind her. She turned to see a white unicorn filly with pastel purple and pink mane and a nice smile on her face.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, Philly said apologetically. I've never seen you in Belleville before. Are you visiting the Summer Sun celebration?
Oculus repulsed himself.
Yeah, Princess Sally sent me my mom to specifically over Sun celebration.
Oculus explained.
My name's Oculus. What's yours?
Oculus held out her hoof.
A swinging bell,
the filly said, taking the hoof and shaking it.
My big sister Rarity owns this job, and she makes the best jewelry in Equestria. It's the best jewelry I've ever seen, Oculus agreed. How does she make so much jewelry? It's related to her special talent, Sweetbell said. She has a special talent for finding gems, and she has an eye for beauty. Want to try some of it on?
Oculus's muzzle spread to a gleeful and perhaps mischievous grin. Trixie took another sip of tea as she looked over another page of sketches. They were decent sketches for somebody whose special talent isn't drawing related.
You do have an eye for aesthetics, don't you?
Trixie asked rhetorically as he flipped through the pages.
But of course,
Rarity confirmed.
This is the Summer Sun celebration after all. That means we are playing for hosts for the princess herself. And this is the Millennial Summer Sun celebration, which makes it extra special. So of course I would spare no expense for the event. I should probably come again tomorrow to see the final result, Trixie agreed. But if it looks like anything like your sketches, then I can only see those designs as receiving approval. Thank you. I do appreciate your opinion on the matter, Rarity said. If I may change the subject, I must ask where you got that brooch on your cloak. It's simply fabulous. Is that the moonstone? As a matter of fact, it is, Trixie replied. This brooch came with the cloak. I got it as a gift from one of my teachers at Celestia Schools for Kitty Unicorns. It's a long story that involves how I got my cutie mark, and it's more complicated than just being a gift. If you're available after the Summer Sun celebration, I'll come by and tell you the story. But right now, Mom, do I look pretty?
The voice of Oculus called. The two adults turned to see Oculus and Sweetbell, both colored jewelry that, if a dragon to see them, would make them in serious danger of being eaten.
Sweetbell! What do you think you're doing?
Rarity scolded, though a failure of hiding her smile betrayed her tone of voice.
You're no better than to play with the toy.
Trixie didn't even try to hide the smile on her face. The fact that it was such a cute image. Yeah, and I'm going, oh! And dying of diabetes also helps. And the glee on Oculus's face only enhanced the experience. Oculus ran up to Trixie, the massive amount of jewelry making her sound like a sack of bits.
I need a new friend. Is that so?
Trixie asked rhetorically. Then she went towards the filling that was clearly related to Rarity. She then started taking out the horn Oculus was wearing.
It looks like this trip has already been worth it for you. But I'm surprised that all the jewelry isn't weighing you down.
Trixie then thought of something as she whispered to Bedazzled Beetle.
You didn't change in front of her, did you? Shink, 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 shink.
Even shaking her head was like the sound of a silverware door.
How many times do I need to tell you? The faucet is about quality, not quantity!
Rarity says he'd taken most of the jewelry off her sleeve bell,
leaving only a couple of pieces on that truly did not make her
look fashionable.
She looked over at Trixie. I'm surprised to hear you call you Mom. You seem to be young to be a mother. It's complicated, but it's more accurate to say that I'm her surrogate mother, Trixie explained. We aren't biologically related. Well, I suppose it's all too different from Honeyfield's mail carrier, Rarity said. See, her little sister are orphans, but she takes care of the filly as a mother would, and her little sister was so young when they lost their parents that she refers to her older sister as a mother as well. Dizzy just doesn't have it in her heart to correct her.
My heart. Ow.
How hard is it for those two who know her to keep that secret? Trixie asked. And the secret gets out. Will her little sister take it well? Not as hard as you may think, Rarity said. Most of Ponyfield doesn't seem to know the truth. I only know because of a friend of mine who does know that it's during our weekly spa trip. Aside from the mail carrier herself, there are only 7 ponies in Ponyfield who knows the truth about them. And before you two came, it was only 5. Myself, Sweetie Belle, and Maud know after all, and now you two. The last 2 know because they help as much as they can. I believe they are in charge of the music for the Millennial Summer Sun celebration. Trixie had taken everything off the faux filly, but held up an iron to caught her attention, showing it to Rarity. How much for this? Trixie and Oculus were on their way to the destination. Oculus was especially joyful as she was showing off a new necklace she was wearing. It was a steel necklace with a eye-shaped malachite stone embedded in it, and a flower motif over the malachite. Trixie sighed how much lighter her pulse felt. 500 bits lighter to be specific. Rarity had offered a generous discount, but Trixie refused the discount because of just how much Rarity had spent on the Summer Sun celebration. Rarity didn't outright say it, but Trixie assumed Rarity's business was in the red, so it helped out Rarity financially and made Oculus happy. As much as Trixie would prefer to rely on herself financially, she was currently happy that she was the princess's student, a mentor who would most gladly help out. Next thing on the list of today was music, provided by Octavia Melody and Final Scratch. The two of them are an odd couple. They are very different, despite being sisters. That is new! That is a new fanon. I've seen those two be lovers. I see those two be best friends. I've seen Octavia be a normal mare who's in love with a vampire vinyl. Still don't get the vampire vinyl thing. I never will. I've seen them as being rivals. And of course, roommates. Oh god, they were roommates. But I've never seen them sisters! Good job, Cocoon. I'm amazed. And their home reflects the difference. It looked like 2 houses were cut in half, and the 2 houses were then stitched together to make one. The split also extended to the lawn. The left half looked like a fancy traditional house with a flower garden in the yard. The right half looked more like a modern design, with solar panels on the roof. The yard apparently had built with wood and a mesh frame for vines to grow on, including a disco ball of flowers. No denying how creative the structure was. The name Octavia Medley was commonplace in Carolina. She had offers to play there because of her classical style and high-class demeanor. Final Scratch, on the other hand, was unknown. It was then that Trixie noticed the asterisk. She checked the notes to find the asterisk notes. Final Scratch is better known by her stage name, DJ Pone 3. DJ Pone 3 is certainly a name that Trixie recognized as well. Though she's not exactly popular in Carolina because of her new age style, she's still well known. But why would Octavia and DJ Pone 3 work together with music? Their styles are like the difference between day and night. But Trixie does assume they were sharing times so there'd be music to appeal to multiple generations of ponies.
Trixie knocked on the door and waited for a response. They waited momentarily before the door opened to reveal a gray earth pony filly with a white braided mane and a pair of red-rimmed glasses. It was evident from the glasses that the filly's eyesight was very bad without them.
Hello? Hello, Trixie replied. Is Octavia Medley or in Final Scratch home? Well, my mom is away at the moment, the filly said, but Aunt Final is here. What may I ask you to them for? I've been sent by the Princess Celestia to oversee Summer Sun celebration, Trixie explained. It says here that Octavia and Final are in charge of the music. The filly smiled.
Oh, guys, I just realized I messed up on the voice. You're not going to believe who is related down here. Trust me, you're going to be shocked. I hope none of you are drinking water at this moment. But you might be surprised when I do the voice.
My aunt is in my living room. She just got done practicing her music.
The filly led Trixie and Oculus inside.
My name is Silver Spoon. I am the princess's personal protege, Trixie Little Moon.
Trixie introduced herself to the filly.
And this is my daughter, Oculus.
Oculus just rolled her eyes at Trixie's introduction. It was amusing nonetheless. As they headed inside, they were led into a room where they saw a white unicorn with an immensely electric blue mane and a key mark of a vinyl record with a couple of ace notes.
Hey, Aunt Vinyl, will you have guests in from Canterlot?
The filly called out. It's so weird doing my stuck-up voice that I usually use for Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara for a mare who clearly isn't like that. I'm a little confused here. When the white mare turned to face the visitors, what caused Trixie's attention was a burn scar on her neck, which was soon covered with a choker. It wasn't until she spoke she realized there was more to the choker than just covering a scar.
From Canterlot, huh?
This mare said. Her voice sounded like it was coming through the radio speaker.
Are you the uptight, snooty type of Canterlotian, or are you actually cool?
Actually cool, I think, Trixie said, unsure of her answer. I'd just like to say, this author has made me try on a new voice. A little off-put by the radio speaker voice.
If it means anything, I'm originally from Las Pegasus before I was accepted into Celestia's school for getting unicorns. And Celestia's personal student. Las Pegasus is cool. I just hope Carolot didn't rub off on you too much.
The mare somewhat chuckled.
The name's Final Scratch, but you likely know me better by my stage name, DJ Pone 3. And just to answer the questions I know on your mind, I was struck by lightning during the Rainbow Storm, hitting my throat and damaging my vocal cords. This choker is a magical speaker that allows me to speak. Without it, I'm mute.
Is there a specific reason why you told me this without asking? Trixie asked.
It's simple. It's a question that's always on every pony's mind when they see the choker. They see the scar, or hear my voice coming out of the speaker.
Final Scratches grained.
Almost every pony asks about it. Even if the question isn't asked, I know it's on their minds. So I just got into the habit of explaining situations to ponies before being asked. Not only does it help explain it up front, but it saves ponies from feeling awkward about asking about it, or eyeing if they haven't asked.
So, you get straight to the point. I like that, Trixie said. As I told your niece, I was sent by Princess Celestia to oversee the Summer Sun celebration. You and Octavia Melody are listed in charge of the music.
Yep, Final said simply. I assume you're already checked on Rarity's designs.
How did
the necklace?
Final said, cutting Trixie's question off and motioning to Oculus next.
Rarity's jewelry is clearly recognizable. I remember seeing that necklace, and it was one of the more expensive items.
A thought came to Trixie's mind. Did Rarity make the choker for you?
Yeah, she did. She preferred to make it more Carolot worthy, but it ain't my style.
Trixie Final answered.
The enchantment allows me to speak was already done separately since Rarity doesn't know the spell. We should wait until Octavia gets back to talk about music since he's part of it too. She'll be back in about an hour. I suppose we had time to spend,
Trixie said, sitting down and engaging in idle conversation. I would just like to say, for the record, even after 10 years of MLP and, of course, 10 years of doing this and seeing all these different variations of the universe, I am still convinced that MLP Generation 4, especially Part 1, has some of the best meetups and plot information, important character meetings ever. I mean, think about it. In just 30 minutes time, we meet up with our principal characters instantaneously. We already get what we need to know. Abstract Farmer, Rarity, Stress Maker, Fluttershy, soft and sweet, Rainbow Dash, awesome, Pinkie Pie, excited, okay, we got it, boom. And of course we know about Twilight. We meet up with Nightmare Moon, we get, plot filled in, done. Everything done in 22 minutes, and we don't dwell too long. There's not too much filler or needless exposition. It's just, okay, boom, 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 and we get the characters. I love this show for that.